No sweat off my back.
No skin off my nose.
No hair off my brow.
Okay. I wasn't sure when you said no hair. I was like, what
On my
part?
what part are we talking
just
about?
Gonna discuss here.
Back, ass,
Balls.
thighs.
No hair off my ass crack.
No hair off my asshole.
Fresh.
No hair off my skin. Not by the hair on my chinny chin. What a weird
I don't
beard.
have any. Do I?
I mean,
I don't,
for a second
yeah,
I was
have,
going to say
like,
neither
a
do I, which is
teeny bit.
clearly a lie.
Yeah, you definitely have hair on your chinny chin.
It never feels like hair because it's so coarse.
What could it be?
Good question. Like nails, kind of like fingernails.
You just have like,
Kind of feels more like nails.
yeah, or like actual nails, like from a hardware store, just all sticking
Yeah.
out your chin.
Sometimes they are kind of sharp.
Yeah,
That happens.
yeah, that's
That
too
happens.
bad. That's,
It always throws me too because I have very fine hair. Very
yeah,
soft,
you do.
fine hair.
Your
But
head
then
hair is fine.
my head hair is very fine and soft and nice, but
Yeah.
my beard hair is very
Scratchy
very.
and mean.
very coarse, very aggressive, very invasive. You might
I've
say.
always been very lucky as a brunette that all my body hair is blonde and very fine. So like
Oh yeah, I have
my
this.
leg hair.
Same for me.
Like I don't really shave that often because you really can't tell.
Yeah. I also have most of my body hair is blonde.
You have pretty thick arm hair, like your forearms.
It's blonde, but there's a lot of it.
But yeah,
But it's fine.
right.
It's
Fine
just
and soft.
they're
Fine
fine
and
and
delicate
soft,
and
but
soft.
so much. Yeah, my fine delicate
So
frame.
much. Gorilla levels. So what's
Who
up?
got I don't know. I was gonna say a mutual friend of ours gave
Mm-hmm.
me shit for having too much chest hair recently.
What? That's so
I think I was
too much chest hair.
yeah
See, as a woman, personally,
bad problem to have.
I'm a chest hair lady.
See this? I mean hey.
I like a chest and belly hair.
Okay, yeah. I always wonder.
belly
I always
hair.
wonder what the ladies are thinking about the belly hair.
Love belly hair. Love it.
Interesting.
If you just
interesting
had
to know.
like a smooth belly as a man, I'd be like, like
It would be.
petting
it would
the
seem
belly,
weird.
like, what are you, a seal? What is this, a dolphin?
First of all,
I'm at like an aquatic
I
center.
do. I am disgusted by the idea of you petting a belly.
Well,
it
you
is-
know, you kind of just drag your hand around.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't. As if my disgust was going to get better by elaboration. Mm-hmm. But no, that's yeah. I've never asked
Your hand
someone
finds
that. Like,
its way around.
you just kind of
And there's just often a belly.
It's a bit of a maze.
It's hey, I can't just concentrate on certain areas. I got to go all over.
What does my hand have? Wanderlust?
Yes, my hand needs to see all. Discover itself.
It's got to explore. It's mapping. It's kind of a drone.
My hand is a cartographer, and you can't shame it.
My hand is LiDAR, actually. It's sort of 3D mapping everything as it scurries about.
Yeah, like
Oh, and what's this disgusting
Thing from the
seal
Addams
belly
Family.
I found?
just wow, chest hair.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, why is it? There's
Ooh,
no
seal.
topography here whatsoever.
It's just flat, disgusting, oily skin.
Horrible.
What if it was oily, too? An oily belly.
Oh, like yeah.
Like slick.
Ooh, and an outie
Slick.
belly button. No shame to anyone who
Ooh.
has an outie, but
Yeah. Trigger warning.
the
Outie
outie makes
belly button.
much more sense to me.
Yeah, my belly button's really fast. It's an Audi.
I
It's a car joke. I don't know
joke.
what would make it fast either, but
I don't know.
car jokes are bad. Car jokes suck. I watched Ferrari. It was sick though. It was actually cool.
Who was in that one?
It's Adam Driver. No pun intended.
And they're like inventing the Ferrari or whatever.
Well, it's about Ferrari. It's about Ferrari himself.
The man
yeah.
Ferrari.
Enzo.
The man
Enzo
legend.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think he kind of does qualify as all three. Him and his wife founded the company as partners.
Yeah. Cool. Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay, great. Yeah, I don't have to say. I don't have to talk about anything. We could just, I could just sign off, and you could take it away. I was just trying to keep the conversation going. So anyway, yeah, I saw this movie, Michael Mann. You don't know anything about movies.
Michael Mann, director.
Michael Mann did director.
Okay.
Manhunter, Heat,
Michael Manhunter.
Miami Vice. Michael Manhunter. Yeah, good. Yeah, he makes good shit. Thief,
Okay, good for
that's a
him.
good one.
I don't know.
These are not movies you would have ever seen, for sure.
No, I've never seen any movie. Oh my god, so much sediment. Oh god.
The only movie you've ever seen is like Vampire Hunter, Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
Lincoln Park Vampire Hunter.
Oh, I wish. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so this is an audio. Broadcast.
I know, but look at it. Look at that.
Alexa is drinking
ring.
Alexa's being a bougie bitch, drinking a pet nat.
I asked for something
And-
fun from the wine guy, and he suggested this, and I said I want. Oh my god, it's so dark. Oh.
So pet nat's a natural wine, sparkling generally, right?
Yes, very good. This is like a rosé type.
Yes, very. Oh, that was very good for me, knowing that.
No, yes, very good, very good. This is a
Well
rosé,
done.
and it's a pet nat, so it has. My wine is now not see through, which for the rest of the bottle it was. And now
Cloudy.
it's not, and
Clouded up with sediment.
I hate sediment.
But it's natural, right? Isn't that the whole point?
I know, but like in my brain,
It's good for you.
Sediment
It's good for you.
in my
It's
brain.
like silt,
It's
sand,
like
and
pulp.
clay.
Like that's why I
Okay.
don't like
I like pulp.
hazy beers, because I feel like
I don't
I'm
like
drinking
those.
like a pulpy,
Don't like those one bit.
a
I love
pulpy
pulp.
drink. And even though you can't feel it, you can never feel it. My brain sees a cloudy beverage and goes, "That's pulp.
That's pulp. Hate it.
That's pulp, bitch. You're gonna feel
looks like
every
pulp.
last little microbe."
Hey, bitch. Guess what? That's pulp.
Oh, and it's like not as fizzy because it's all weighed down by the pulp. Ugh,
What's your least favorite pulp?
orange.
Rank them.
thick.
Rank it. Let's go through them. Name them all. How many pulps can you give us?
Out of all the juices I've had, orange is the worst because it's actual like physical bits, which is
Yeah,
horrible.
it's like fibrous chunks.
Yeah, it's actual parts of the orange, which no thank you.
I think that's great. I think that's delicious.
I'm not really an orange juice person, as it turns
That's
out.
wild.
Actually, it's fine.
Oranges are so good. They're
It's
so good.
fine.
They're
It's
delicious. They're good for you. You would never make it as a pirate. You die so fast.
I wouldn't. No, I just suck on limes. Rum shots
That's
with
pulp.
lime.
That's pulp.
No,
Rim
but
shots?
If you do it, rum.
Fucking all right. No wonder you're surviving on the
That
pirate
pulp?
ship,
That's fine.
giving every sailor a
shots?
rim shot.
Baby. No.
Oh yeah, we're keeping this wench around.
Yeah, this girl rules. Just give her a lime and a rim.
I thought you said they bring bad luck to the ship. No. You misheard me, my friend.
Yeah, you know what? I would say orange is the worst because that's the one I can think of that's like physical. You can feel it in your mouth, pulp. I do hate a hazy beer. Like, ugh.
Not
don't
pulp,
give
but
me a hazy IPA.
okay.
Don't give me a milkshake IPA. Ugh, the fact that you call
That's
it a milkshake
that is disgusting.
IPA makes me want to fucking vomit everywhere.
Yes, so we got the brewers got a little crazy with this one, and they put some lactose in it. Get out of my face.
Shut up, Martin House Brewing, Fort Worth, Texas. It's not funny anymore.
Those suck. I hate beer.
You know what? I'm starting to realize.
It's all so stupid.
As I'm
It's all so dumb.
As
Coconut
I'm
cream pie ale.
reassessing
No, I don't want that.
my relationship to alcohol and drinking alcohol,
Oh, interesting.
realizing
Okay.
I don't know that I actually really love beer. Which is
Yeah,
weird,
I don't
'cause
think it's that
that's
good.
been quite a part of me for a very
Big
long
part.
time.
Big part of you. No, I agree though. I think beer it's the best chillin' drink. You're
Yes,
hanging
beer
with the
serves
crew. That's
a
beer is the one.
purpose that is not getting drunk, I think, is what I'm realizing.
Yes.
Like, I like to have a couple beers, but if, like, for example, anytime you, me, and my husband Brad are
That's right.
sitting chilling for hours and hours, pumping up
At the pube.
Shania,
Oh, hell yeah. Getting a jukebox loaded.
yeah, after like three to
four,
five.
After the fourth or fifth pitcher,
Oh, I'm just like, I don't feel good. Like, I don't like
light
being
yes, it has to be
giant.
it has to be light beer.
But then also,
Light beer
if
is
you're
the
doing,
only good one.
Well, I agree for like a session, because anything that's like, oh, it's a nice beer, but it's a session version. Blech, don't do that to me. But like with an IPA, it's like, I do really like the flavor of an IPA. But drinking a shit ton of them is just like,
Yeah, I don't know.
just
See,
wanna-
I
friggin' puke.
well, of course. I don't want one of those.
I'd much
I don't
rather
wanna have one of
pound
those.
like 4 bottles of wine. Like,
That sounds way better.
right?
Four bottles. We're hanging in Austin. 4 bottles of wine. It's now 5 a.m. I'm crashing on your couch,
And my white
And I-
pillow is ruined.
and I'm maybe a little bit sick because
And I maybe get
we
a
s-
teeny tiny bit sick.
and I maybe get a little oopsie daisy sick because it had nothing to do with all you can drink mimosas at brunch.
No.
It had nothing to do with let's now go crush a couple cans at our friend's house. No.
Nope. Definitely
Let's not go to sleep ever.
Yep.
Let's possibly get into an altercation with a guy trying to tow our friend's car. That's me. That's on me.
I don't remember that.
I do remember it vividly because I think he might have killed me.
I remember now. I remember that.
But I did stall him long enough
Yep.
that our friend was able to move their car.
I
Also,
do remember that now
fuck
because
the HOA. The HOA captain that called the tow.
In the fucking
What a piece
tiny
of shit.
house
What a piece of
mini
shit.
development in fucking Austin. God, Austin sucks.
Fucking awful.
So
And I definitely was not kind to that guy either when I met him. I remember being like, you have met me at the worst time to meet me. Having had to deal with extra bullshit on account of you wanted to tow a car because it was just
drank so much wine because we were at our fancy friend's fancy house, and she's
Well, and then-
fancy.
and then
so
we
she
went
has
to-
wine.
And then we went to another friend who I just met that weekend's house. And we were hanging in the backyard with it was like a party. And we were drinking
okay.
more wine there.
Yes.
Then I crash on your couch and 4 or 5 a.m. rolls around. And I wake up feeling sick.
And you
I
just
catch...
turn over bleh, right onto my couch.
No. No, I didn't get it on the couch.
Yes, you
I was
did.
on my back and I leaned up.
did
No,
get
I
it
didn't.
onto the
Remember?
couch. Yes, you did.
I got it on the pillow. I got it on the pillow.
There was a bit on the couch.
Was it like blood red?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's what scared me. That's what scared me so
Oh,
much
right. I forgot.
at 5 a.m. So I thought I was dying.
You thought you were puking blood.
I thought I was like, oh my God, this is it.
This is all my blood.
And then I just
I need
carried
that.
everything. I carried everything I found with anything red on it into the shower with me and just like laid down in the shower. And I was like, I hope my friend doesn't wake up and see me in this
know what's
terrible state.
Weird is that time, I think, was one of the first times we like hung out as friends.
It is. It is oddly one of the first times we ever
Like you staying on my couch was like a breakthrough in the acquaintanceship, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we went to high school
between
together.
us. Yeah, but we weren't really friends in high school.
Not really. I mean, we
And
were like, yeah, we were
in
like,
the same friend group after high school,
yes.
but we weren't friends. Like I wouldn't have been
mean,
able to call
wow.
you and be like, "Hey, Will, do you want to go get lunch? I really want to go to this."
You
place to
absolutely
get
could
lunch."
have. Wow, I'm learning so much right now. You absolutely could have.
I wouldn't have felt comfortable doing that. I don't think I even
all right,
had your number at like when we were like 19, 20.
Surely
I don't think I
you
had
did.
your number.
You asked me to screen emails.
Well, to be fair, that was because you happened to be a part of who was at the coffee shop while closer
When you
friends
were-
of mine were there as well. Because I think it was you and Andrew.
Hey, Will, is this email a dick pic?
Oh, and that's the other thing. You were really good friends with the guy who sent me the dick pic.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't going to bring up anything about who that was.
No, we don't
that
have
it
to bring up
matters.
who it was, but someone emailed me a dick pic
And I saw it.
because it was like 2008.
I remember seeing the thumbnail I think Gmail still does it. Like you get like the little thumbnail at the
Yeah.
bottom of the email. And you got like, it was like a succession of like multiple emails.
Yes, it was.
And each one was one pic.
I don't remember what the first one said, but like the second or third one was like the subject line was "Oops, the underwear's gone." Or yeah, the first one
Yeah.
was "Don't mind the pink underwear," and then
This
the
rules.
second or third
This was
one
so funny.
was "Oops, the underwear's gone." And
And
when
this
I
is the
read
one
those
I saw.
subject letters, like when I read the
Yeah.
subjects, I was like, "Someone else needs to look. Surely this isn't what I think it is. Surely."
100%.
It really was. I never saw them. I never saw those pictures.
You never did. Nice. Okay. Damn.
Because I think I made you or Andrew delete them. I was like, just get rid of them. I don't want to see that. I didn't ask for it.
I think you
Classic
deleted them
dick
yourself because that's easy to do.
Maybe.
Classic.
I
Yeah.
don't
You
know.
didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I saw the whole
dick pic.
thing.
I did not
Whole
ask
hog.
for it. And then, oh my God, I remember this. Like a couple weeks after that happened, we all went to I think it was midnight premiere of Pineapple Express. We all got really high. And
Sure.
lo and behold,
Yeah, I remember this.
who's there but Dick Pic Guy?
Of course he
And
is.
all of my friends, being 2008 and being very supportive of, believing women and not reopening
yeah.
wounds, arranged themselves in such a way that I had to sit next to that guy for the entire
Damn,
movie.
really?
Yep.
Holy
And
shit!
they thought
that
it was
sucks.
so fucking funny.
Because
Yeah.
I remember that
that
night,
sucked.
but I was there with a different group of friends.
Weren't you there with him? It was a pretty big
No.
group with him.
I was there. This was actually the most fun I've had at a midnight premiere because there were like 4 rows of people and I knew everyone in all the rows and they were all like different groups.
Yeah. I do remember that. It was weird that like our entire like high school class ended up in the same midnight premiere.
Yeah,
Theater.
everyone had the same dumb idea.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, let's just go fucking see the same stoner comedy. which was
that
great.
was
Hey,
a bummer.
good fucking time. Yeah, I did not know about them making you sit next to him,
Yeah, everyone
which I
thought
fully
it was really
fully
fucking
support.
funny.
I fully support. I think it was really funny of them to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
As your friend, I
Just
think
a
that was,
long
that was the right thing
string
for
of
them
me
to do.
being sexually assaulted and not telling my friends because I knew it would end in shame and ridicule. So I just
Because they
suffered
just
in
keep making you.
silence
They just keep making you sit next to the various.
next to my abuser. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey Alexa, we saved you a seat.
Yeah, it's
Giggle,
right
giggle,
next
giggle,
to
giggle.
him. I'm just like
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Vietnam flashbacks, like Fortunate Sons playing in the background.
Hey, I'm sorry they did that to you.
Yeah, me too. But, I always forgive. Honestly, up until I was like
shouldn't have.
25 or 26. No, just because we didn't
Yeah.
know as a culture.
Well,
didn't know.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. And
I
everyone's a
forgive them.
shithead. Hey, I
No.
took the bullet for you. I saw the hog.
You did.
Saw the whole damn thing. And you know what? Wasn't too bad.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it would.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like, oh my God, this is so gross to talk about. I feel like I have a knack for knowing kind of what kind of hog someone has based on how they
Okay,
look and what vibe they
This
give
rules.
off.
This is a perfect fucking superpower.
And I
Okay,
don't think
diving
I'm
into this one. What?
wrong.
Okay, let me try to think
Often.
of who's. I mean, I'm not going to ask about specific people who I may or may not have seen their hogs. This rules, though. This is such a cool power. Damn it. Okay, give me one. Give me one.
I just mean like if I know
Name someone who's like well known. Like name like a person and like the vibe that they give.
Okay, you know what? Is it cheating if I name someone who everyone kind of knows and agrees that he has like a honker? He's got like quite a
If we've seen it, yeah, that's cheating. But you
John
can still.
Hamm.
Oh yeah, that thing's
And this is the thing.
thing's
It's
hanging.
like he gives off big dick energy, but not in the way that big dick energy is used. Like he just
Right. He's
like
just
not
confident.
in a like he's got big dick. He like does have the energy of someone who's got a large penis.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Like,
thing's swinging
You just look at him
for
and you're
sure.
like, that guy's got a monster hidden.
Oh, it's got yeah.
But then
Shower
like
probably and a grower, if we're being honest.
let's see. Someone famous who has a small penis.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
And this is truly, I can't stress this enough. This is nothing about who they are. This is not true big dick, small dick
yeah, let's
energy.
yeah.
This is
Yeah, what is? How does your power work? Where'd you
don't
get
know.
it?
I
What's
can
your
just
origin
tell.
story?
I can just tell. I don't know.
I've always ever
I think
ever
it's-
since I was a little girl,
From my hoe phase.
I always wanted to know exactly how.
I had a very long hoe phase, and I was learning.
A
I
very
was picking
long
up-
or a very long or a very was it long?
Years long. It was years long.
That's okay. When someone tells me they had a very long hoe phase, I'm thinking like
like-
10 years.
It was 3 or 4.
Okay, see, I don't think that's very. I think that's
See,
like an
I think
average.
That's pretty long, I think. But
Well, that's 'cause you're not a
I don't
hoe.
know. Yeah, I don't. I'm not like
See?
internally. I'm not very hoe.
Now, obviously, hey, body counts, no shame here.
Oh, dude.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking
Don't
about people
know.
in general.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn!
No, body
I
count
actually
is
don't have
nothing.
I don't actually keep a count.
body counts. Well,
never done that.
I tried to look back and like count.
Oh,
people
yeah.
up, and then I was like, I can't. I don't. I don't necessarily remember everybody. Yeah, my hoe phase was more
Yeah.
fueled by insecurity and not knowing that my worth extended beyond my body after getting out of an abusive relationship. So it was more of a healing process, but also did not heal much.
Well, it never does,
feel
right?
a
That's kind of the
lot-
idea.
Well,
That's sort of the spiral that it is.
I think
Or at least not a spiral, but
I
like
think
that's
in
the
my
habit,
opinion,
or that's the
like
position.
the idea of getting into a hoe phase, especially out of an abusive relationship, which I think a lot of women like.
Yeah, I
that's
obviously can't speak to this.
That's the trajectory, is that you have a really bad relationship.
Really? Okay.
That was possibly sexually abusive, and you go into a hoe phase to like reclaim your own power within that space.
Yeah,
However, my problem was I didn't use it to reclaim my own power. I used it to get people to like me. Men specifically.
You used it. You used it as like a cheap form of power.
Yes, it was very cheap. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
okay.
not
cheap to yourself. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Like if I had been using it as a like, you know,
now,
fuck
so I
him
have a
and
question.
forget him kind of way, like, but then I
Yeah.
started,
So
like,
do you think that is empowering, or do you think that is a false sense? What you were going for, like the fuck him and forget him, is an empowerment. Do you think that is actually attainable, or do you think that's sort of a false narrative that maybe people think exists because they're trying to cling to like a way that they can better themselves? But do you think because I kind of think that maybe it is like a false narrative. Like you go for that, but you'll never get it because it actually doesn't exist. Doesn't work.
I think it can.
Maybe it does. I don't know.
But-
I'm just asking.
I think it can be that way. I think it needs to be like we've learned a lot since I was doing that 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
now, like, I think the best way to do it is to, because I was very
Okay, married woman, tell me.
loosey-goosey, free form about everything. Like, I wasn't setting boundaries for myself. I wasn't setting boundaries for the people I was with. And I think the way that could work is to say, you know, like to sit with yourself and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And this is like, these are the things that are going to help me like be more, I don't know, sexually powerful within myself, or to separate sex from love, or whatever you need to do. Like, you need to have that in your brain before you go and do that stuff, or else it just gets all muddled. And,
You need to have
like,
you need to
bad.
have you need a game plan. You need, how do
Yeah.
I feel about each thing
Right, like,
before
know why
I
you're
put myself
doing
in the
it before
situation?
you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think it can be like empowering and good, but just launching into it off of a very bad situation, like, I can retroactively put that stamp on it, but it wasn't doing that for me psychologically. You know what I mean?
right, of course. I get that.
Oh, anyway, that got
No,
pretty deep pretty quick.
I mean, hey, fucking keep going. I mean, what was I gonna say? Yeah, boundaries, like self boundaries.
Yeah.
I think I often get into the, like, okay, you know me.
Yep.
Listener maybe
Sure do.
doesn't. Let's be honest. The listener probably does, because it's probably 5 people who all know me.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I am good at, it's boundaries.
You're like too good at
Like,
it.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm too good at it.
Yeah.
My problem,
You
especially
set
with
boundaries
dating,
to the detriment of yourself.
right? Because I like the detriment of like, I've set a boundary and I'm going to
I was gonna say
keep
you're
to
like
it.
when you make a rule for yourself, you are like inflexible on that rule. You're like, I've set this rule, and
Yes.
I've decided
I
that this
can
rule
be-
exists, and that's the way that it is. And it's like,
I can be convinced otherwise, and
Right.
it has happened. And if I have, like, it's not a rule. It's someone saying like, you could break that rule, but it's more like, if I'm set in some way
right.
and I'm presented with
yeah,
like
you do get set
an
in your
opinion.
ways. I think that's a good way
I get set in a way. But if someone does convince, I can be convinced to change. But
Okay.
I do set the boundaries pretty like, this is a boundary. We're not going to cross this. Mm-hmm. And I think that can be to the detriment of me, because I think that's uncomfortable for other people, insofar as it's not really something you come across.
Right. I see.
You know what I mean?
What's interesting when you were saying that, it's what I thought of is like, we're like two ends of the same spectrum. We're like, I am garbage at setting and enforcing boundaries. Like,
Oh, right.
the second anything even like if we envision a boundary as like a brick wall, the second someone's like, knock knock knock, hey, I actually wondered if I could just get on the other side, I'm like, just immediately a fucking sledgehammer comes through and I'm like, come on
Hey,
in!
hold on. Here's an exercise.
Yeah.
And here's a comedy. As someone who's not a comedian at all, is there like a story that you could like reference when it comes to like a brick wall and like something trying to blow it down? Where could we go with that? I don't know. Like something, maybe there's like these little
There's,
critters
like,
that made like different
three
walls.
chickens.
Yeah. Okay. We could do it with chickens. Maybe one of them made a brick wall. Maybe you're more like the straw house. Maybe you're like
Well,
the house made of feathers.
I think
The house made of...
the analogy that I made works for me in that
Oh, you thought it was a strong, big brick wall.
yeah, like when I made it, I'm like, oh, I'm sticking to this. This is my boundary.
But all it took was one
and all someone has
Gorbachev.
to do is just be like, hi, excuse me, and I'm like, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? And I'm like knocking it down, just like, I will do anything to make you comfortable, even if it's at the expense of myself.
You got a door with all these bolts, but if you pull one string, it just unlocks all of them.
It just rips them all out. The door's just on the floor. That's me and my boundaries. And, that's something I've realized and something that I'm trying to work on. But it gets complicated when you're married, too, because, like, we know each other so well. And I feel like without even setting boundaries, my husband, Brad, knows where they're at generally,
Sure. I mean, obviously you're married. Like there's
but
there's sort of an unspoken communication that comes with that level of a relationship.
For sure.
Where you just vibe with each other to a sense of knowing, right? Like
little things sometimes, like new things that come up, like I don't know, if we were to get like a new pet or something.
You saw a pet outside. You saw an animal outside.
I saw
and he
a
has to
single
somehow...
animal outside, and I was just like, "This is our new pet. We own this." And Brad,
and your husband
says,
has to
my boundary was
around.
actually not getting another pet, but okay.
Yeah, you've actually passed. I think you passed Brad's boundary for not getting another pet.
Right.
I think you actually have too many pets at the moment. If I could speak for him, which I'm going to anyway. He loves them all. He loves them all.
I had Bert and Gerald before I had Brad. And Brad and Huckleberry, the third pet, have such a beautiful bond that, like...
They both shit in the snow.
Oh, they love to shit in the snow together.
Around.
And they stare in each other's eyes while they're hunched over. Yeah.
They're both going outside, rooting around, digging.
Oh, they love to root around outside.
Smooching, sniffing.
They love each other.
So I have the opposite problem. Yeah, where I'm like, oh no, I set that boundary, and actually, even though every indication that I should break it right now for the benefit of me is present,
to your own benefit,
I'm still like, the way my mental framework is intact.
Yeah.
Is that I stick to something
Yes.
because it's like, nope, that framework is there. We're sticking with it. That's a boundary. You set it for a reason, and you put this extra passcode on it to where your inhibitions don't know the
Right.
password. So you can't break the boundary, and you did that intentionally so that you wouldn't fuck it up.
Right, but I think to
Which
me,
keeps me from good situations.
What you're
also keeps me
saying-
from bad situations.
you set the boundary for a reason, but you need to, when you're like thinking of breaking the boundary or something presents itself that would break that boundary, what was the original reason and what was the root of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
yeah.
what's a simple example?
Great
Reason
question.
for look at that. No, my reason for not drinking orange juice with pulp is
Okay,
that
not really a boundary, but
what, let's
I'll hear
use
you
the
out. I'll hear you
fucking
out. Play it out.
metaphor.
Let's play it out. Okay, all right. We're using metaphors. All right.
My
all right,
reason for
pulp.
not drinking pulp is the texture of it. I don't like that
What's-
texture.
Okay.
But
what's the
I don't
metaphor here?
drink
What's the orange juice? What's the pulp?
Cloudy. But I don't drink cloudy beers for the same reason. I should break the boundary for cloudy beers because the texture is not a thing in the cloudy beer. The texture is
so I'm
not a
getting
thing in the pet nat.
No.
But I still
I-
enforce that boundary because I'm like, it
Okay,
looks
so-
like pulp.
We do need to backtrack here because
Do you
said this was
understand
a
what I mean?
metaphor. So what is this a metaphor for other than you're just making an...
So the reason for not drinking
This isn't a
cloudy
metaphor.
things-
You're not doing a metaphor.
No,
you're doing something else.
Yes, I
What's
am.
the word for it?
Yes, I am.
You're painting a
If you would
picture. You're
shut
just
up.
using... What are they a metaphor for? You're just using them as
The pulp
a
is
boundary.
the reason. The cloudiness
But what is the pulp?
is not the same as the reason.
But what is... Yes, I know, but what,
It looks
what do
the
these...
same.
What do they metaphor?
The reason. I
Okay,
set
so it's
the
not a
boundary
specific-
for
it's
a
just a-
reason. The pulp. Cloudy beer does not have the reason. The pulp. But I still don't
Oh,
drink cloudy beer.
okay,
You see what I
okay.
mean? You see where I'm going?
I kind of do.
This
I'm
metaphor
hoping
has
someone
fallen
listens.
the
I hope
fuck apart
someone.
because you
I don't
are
think there ever
too
was one.
inquisitive.
I don't think there ever was a metaphor because none
Yes,
of these
there
things
was!
represented some. You can't
Makes
represent
a lot of sense. You're just
a metaphor.
dumb and
Can't
stupid
represent
and
an
dumb and
intangible thing.
yeah, it can.
A boundary is already a metaphor for a specific thing. It's already a representation. It's a generalization of a specific. So what does the orange juice do to serve referencing the general objective that is having a boundary?
I'm saying my boundary
Yeah, I don't like
is
pulp.
I don't drink pulp. That's my boundary. I've set my boundary. I don't drink pulp.
Yes, but what is
Orange
that metaphor?
juice, it makes sense. Cloudy beer doesn't make sense, but I still
Does
don't
it make
drink.
sense? Okay, so yes,
cloudy
this is
beer.
the
This is
metaphor of
you.
yes. Sometimes the boundary should not be as strictly
Sometimes
enforced
you're
as other times.
Rejecting cloudy beer, even though there's no
I am,
pulp in there.
Yeah. There's no pulp in there.
That's what I'm saying.
But it also
Oh,
it
damn
does
it.
keep me from drinking it when there is pulp in there.
Well, because you're just not drinking anything where you can't see through it and make sure that there's no pulp.
I'm so dehydrated, and I can't
yeah.
make ends meet.
Yeah, I think this is very interesting actually because
Yeah. Okay.
as someone with no
Glad.
boundaries, I really can't stand to listen to anyone tell me how I could improve myself, but I love to tell other people how to improve. So how do you
Hey.
think this has impacted you?
Okay, therapist Schreffler.
Only to deflect from my own problems.
I think it's affected me certainly negatively.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Do you think like really negatively or just
No.
like
Not
your
really
life would be
negatively.
more robust if maybe you didn't?
I think it would
enforce
certainly be I think my life is decently
Intensely.
robust. I think it would be more robust had I been more loose with boundaries I set for myself. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I feel like that's just a
But I
given.
think that's where the difficult part comes in, though, is
Knowing when.
right, because you don't want to just become loose like me, and then you just effectively
Absolutely.
have none.
And
And then you
for
just
the
get mad
listeners,
at people for
no one
violating them,
should.
even though you never set them.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God.
Like you set
If
them in
someone-
your own head, you never told anyone, and then you just let everyone violate them, and then you get mad at the person for violating
Dude,
it,
someone-
even though you never said it and you didn't enforce it. Like, that's my problem.
I already hate myself for the way I will be when a boundary of mine is violated.
Right.
I don't want to meet
No,
that
I
me.
totally. Dude, I feel like it would be you the day Buffalo ran out of food.
I would
Just
be
so mad and mean.
just so mean all the time.
Just
The day
you
Buffalo,
were
the day
you were
I was
bad.
I was so fucking angry.
I would say you were livid.
That's the most
were, like,
angry I can remember being.
Stewing. You were like
Yeah.
a super volcano right before it blows. Like you were just
Yeah.
fucking. Oh,
I don't think I
just
blew. I
so
don't think I ever blew. Which is good.
Here's the thing. We were like at T minus like 20 minutes
Oh, yeah, it was
until
about to
you
happen.
blew, and
Yeah.
immediately walked home and made you food, and then you were just like, "Hey, I feel all right."
Yeah, that's good.
Anyway,
I'm all
okay,
right.
for the backstory for the listener,
Wait, this is a future episode. All right.
shut up. For last Christmas, there was an insane blizzard in Buffalo, like
The worst
I-
on record, right?
worst on record. And Will was staying at our house, and the day after the blizzard was over, which meant like just the hurricane winds were over and the temperature
was
went
like-
up by like 10 degrees. But
This
it was
was
still
after
snowing.
about what, 3? This was like 3 days.
It was 3 straight days. It was probably
Yeah.
Monday that we went out, I think, and the blizzard started
Something
Friday
like that.
midday.
It's like Friday around like 10 or 11 a.m.
Yeah. So like
Monday afternoon
like
is the first time we
mid-afternoon,
ventured out.
we ventured out, and all the because everyone ventured out because everyone was stuck in their house for 3 days. But no bars or restaurants could get any deliveries. So all the bars and restaurants were overrun, so busy, but all of them were running out of everything good. Like all the good food was gone. Like all they had was
In
like
some cases,
a
all the
garbage-
food was gone.
yeah,
Just,
literally every food.
you could get fries, but we're not taking orders for 45 minutes.
Right, that was the other thing.
That
Like,
kind of
yeah,
bullshit.
we do have this available, but you won't get it for an hour and a half or whatever. Because they were just so busy and they were short staffed because the roads were still like so garbage. So it was only like anyone in the neighborhood that could make it there to work.
And obviously a lot of fault on the city
Oh, big fault on the
for
city.
having no, I
Big
mean, I would say
fault.
almost 100% fault on the city.
Well, to be
for having
fair,
no,
though, they-
somehow not having contingency plans for a blizzard
At a
in
certain
a city
point,
that gets
though,
some of the most snow.
whiteout conditions. Like the last time a blizzard like that happened was in the late 70s.
Yeah.
The
50
whiteout
years ago.
conditions was what made it so difficult for ambulances and snowplows to get through anything, was because you just couldn't see. You couldn't tell where you were going. Like so many snowplows could have been
Yeah.
plowing a street and just like dragging like 15 cars with them, you know? Like it was impossible to take care of. I sympathize with the city a little bit, but also they didn't handle it great. Anyway, so we go out. We're like, we'll for sure get food. Don't worry. And we didn't eat at home. And we were out for, 6 hours? Like, we got
So
out there at like
fucking long.
2 or something. And then we get to the local pub and we finally get to the bar. It's cram packed, and this is a small place. We finally get to the bar. They say, hey, just so you guys know, we do have food. It's going to be at least 2 hours before you get it. And also, we're out of this, and this. And I turn back to Brad and Will and say that. And Will just like, I feel like you just like immediately walked out the restaurant. And we were like,
I might have.
We're actually going to go.
Yeah.
And you were just, you were doing the, like Looney Tunes cursing euphemism the whole time we were walking home. Just ramming, scramming, bragging. Just
yeah. Just
and me and
there was
Brad
just
are like trying to keep up with you, and you're
angry,
just
just an angry cloud above me, just of squiggles, and my mouth is just blurred out.
And then we ate like leftovers or like a frozen pizza or something, and you were like, "Hey, should we watch a movie?" Like you were like totally changed person.
No, it's just I just been hungry for like 8 hours straight, and was like sick of dealing with all these places.
Yeah, and you always talk about like, oh, I can't believe Buffalo ran out of food. Like no one could get deliveries for 4 days.
No,
dude.
I don't hold that against the city. I don't hold that time against the city.
You always.
Oh yeah, you had the worst blizzard in record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, the worst storm ever, and
no one had chicken tenders that they could serve me in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and no one can get a pizza to me in 15 minutes or less. What the fuck is this
honestly.
place? Yeah, I'm trying to get my boba tea. What the fuck?
Anyway, I would say that is one of those boundaries that you need to like, you know,
being hungry.
Well, I mean, you
what's the
seem
boundary?
like the kind of guy.
Wait, this story is about boundaries. What boundary was crossed there?
I forgot the point.
I was so hungry. I was so mad.
You did reject a few.
Y'all rejected.
No.
Y'all kept saying the next place is better. I was like, all right, I'll wait. You kept saying the next place will be better. I would have ate at the first place we went to.
We kept asking.
Yeah, but I'm not like
this thing that they have available, or the next place we're gonna go usually has this thing.
Exactly, and I kept saying like, well, y'all know this, know the area better. I'll defer to you. I don't have to eat nachos at the first place when I could get like a burger at the next place. And then every place we went to, it kept being like, no, we actually don't have anything. Yeah, because it sounds like your point maybe was not as strong as you thought.
No, it was better at the beginning of the story, but I have since forgotten. I will say, we've got a little bit of time left in the episode. I do want to tease your trailer for a second.
Oh, well, oh my God.
The boundary breaking.
What are you doing?
I alluded to my hoe period. I've got a lot of wild stories from there. And
you're using this as a little jumping off point.
Well, I think
that's not
it would
the right
be
term, but
therapeutic to tell them. And also fucking funny. Oh, did I tell
that'd be good.
I had a friend. We did that TikTok of me getting drugged at a bar in Austin and shitting my pants.
Yes. Plug our TikTok.
It's at We Were Her Squirrel.
Her squirrel? Her squirrels?
Girls? You're the hearse, I'm the girl.
Dead. I'll drive you to the ditch and throw your corpse.
It is, or is it WWHG podcast?
You set it up. I don't know.
It's one of those.
We gotta start plugging these things. We gotta plug.
I know, and being unemployed, I gotta tell you, this last 2 weeks
you become worse at everything.
Well, here's the thing. This last 2 weeks, I've realized that I needed a big decompression period.
Yeah, you definitely did.
I really did.
You're seeming a lot more yourself today.
Thank Thank you. I feel more myself. I feel more.
You sound like
loose.
yourself. You look like yourself. You're looking great. You got a haircut?
I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing. I did do it in anticipation of not being able to go to my stylist for a long time.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
So I got it like cut way off and was
Chef
like,
Heard.
hey, make it so that it can grow out in case I can't see you in 3 months. And she was like, understood. What was I talking about?
Also, yeah, I'm asking myself the same thing. Where was I going to go with that?
But yeah,
that's not what I was going to do. But yes,
I did have a friend reach out when from the reel and be like, "Who did that to you? I'm still in Austin. I'll find him. I'll do it."
And
I was like,
we'll dog
dude,
them.
Here's what sucks: is it was a classic drugging situation in which I don't know.
Oh yeah, I thought that we
idea.
covered that in the story.
I think we did, but
maybe not the TikTok. I
yeah,
did
not
thought.
in the TikTok.
And
he
the
was
TikTok
like,
does not cover it. In the episode, we do
say,
cover that you didn't know.
He said he was mad at you for laughing, and I was like, well, I
What the fuck?
told it as a funny story. Like, if you
Yeah,
go
what am I
and
supposed
listen
to
to
do?
the episode, the story is funny. Like,
We should get him on the. We
funny.
should get. Let's get your friend on the mic, and it'll just be him getting mad and running off to like bounty hunt some asshole. That's a good podcasting.
I will say, I did really appreciate that he was like,
of course.
tell me who it was. Because we haven't
obviously.
me and this guy, like, we were friends when I lived in Austin, but like I said, that was like 10 years ago. And he still was like, who the fuck was it? And
I'll say this.
Like, that's
I'll
so
say
nice.
this. I'll say this. He sounds like a good guy. Sounds like a good friend. And I'm glad he had that reaction.
He's a very good guy.
I will also say
very cool guy.
that yes, the TikTok probably doesn't make it clear that we don't know who it was.
Don't know.
So
and
of course,
also,
I would not have.
like,
I would not have
trauma
any ire.
response. I have to laugh at it, or else
Yeah, that's what we do.
I'm gonna feel
that's the point.
bad forever. Like,
if this was like, I'm not saying true as in like this is not to discount your story, but if this was like true trauma, you and I would not be talking about it on the podcast.
oh no, that's not true. I will talk about.
Well, God damn it.
my
Thank
trauma.
you. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for going.
But it's only because for me.
Trying to give myself an out. Trying to give myself an out.
No. It's because for me, when it comes to traumatic events, I must find the humor in it, and I must look at it from beyond and just like recast it in a non-traumatic light, or else I will become deceased just from the weight of all the trauma that I have endured. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess full circle back to, as we've mentioned earlier, I think we have different thresholds for that.
Well, and let's be honest. I mean, we do, but like, look at me with my abusive
walls.
relationship. I used to not even be able to hear his name. I
Your
used to not be able to
countryside,
say his name.
Yeah, your countryside is defended by farmland. Mine is 20-foot thick
So many
concrete
turrets.
walls.
Yeah.
And just barbed wire, and it's Normandy every direction every day.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just-
but like, look at that. Like, I used to. The most traumatic thing that ever happened to me was my abusive relationship, and
yes.
it took
Yeah, a long time.
8 to 10 years for me to even be able to say his name like casually, or like hear his name. Like, other people being named his same name was like, I still had like a little flinch.
Yeah, there's a cringe, and not in
Yeah.
the cringy way, but in the true sense of the word.
Yeah, like a just God. Okay.
Yeah, there's a
Nope, trauma's not getting through the floodgates. Okay, great. Like,
yeah.
but now it's like, I've kind of lately, like, you know, especially when we found out he's like a sad old man, I've like,
okay, yeah,
which
go off.
is that's fucked up. But
Who gives a shit?
I know, but it like it's
This
really,
is one boundary I don't have.
it's really hard to talk about, not in the way that it's like hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about in that it's like so complicated and nuanced that like the whole okay, this is insane. The whole reason I started the career that I'm in, that I became a software developer, is because one day I found out that he had opened a restaurant and I had helped him like become what he was to be enough to open a restaurant. And I called my mom like sobbing because he opened a restaurant. He had a new girlfriend that he was engaged to. And I called my mom sobbing and I was like, I'm working at Starbucks and I'm 26 years old. Like, he's doing this. I feel like garbage. What the hell am I doing? Like, this is fucking shitty. Like, this sucks. Because this guy is garbage and I'm not. And I have the garbage life and he has the good life. Like, what is that? What the hell is that? And then me and my mom made a plan for me to go to school to learn how to become a software developer. And not right at this exact moment do I have a great job, but I have since then have really good jobs that make me feel fulfilled and give me a lot of money. And he doesn't have his restaurant anymore. He also doesn't have his wife anymore. So R.I.P. to that good life. And I feel,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
you know what? It's fucking
Oh.
petty, but I feel great about that.
No,
Because
hell
bad
yeah.
people don't deserve good things. Call me crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna. Hearing you say all that, kept making me think. Yeah, that so-called good life didn't last, did it?
No, it did not. But then, like, now because I'm such a fucking good person, fucking shoot me in the face, I feel bad for him. Like, I pity him, you know? But he also still keeps doing bad things. And it's like, dude, get your fucking shit together. You're like 35, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fucking figure it out, dude. Like,
I have no contact with the guy, so I don't. Yeah.
yeah, I really got it. That used to be a
That was a hot topic for
that
you.
used to be a boundary that I had within myself that I never enforced with my friends of, please don't be friends with him. It was, I had it inside myself, so I used to feel very betrayed and very angry with my friends when they were still in contact with him and still friends with him. And I realize now that I never told anyone that made me feel bad. Like, I just harbored that resentment inside of myself.
You and I have talked about that a lot,
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
which is why. Yeah, it is wild that that's never really like been brought
I
forward.
never
to
brought it
anyone.
up to anyone.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
then
realize
who
that.
am I to feel anger towards anyone if they never knew, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I could see that.
I am the
get
queen
that
of,
mentality.
can you just
Self-immolation.
realize and figure it out
Yes,
and do it
yeah.
on your own? I really
If you
am.
really loved me, wouldn't you know?
Yes, but like, to me, like, and that's the other thing. I've never really told anyone what he really did to me. So, but like,
I don't
to
know.
me, if
I'll say it. I'll say it. I don't even know.
it's
You don't need to tell me. You never need to tell me.
But I also
You don't. You certainly don't need to tell me right now.
Well, I understand that, but I also like, if ever anyone was to ever listen to this, like, that's what makes me want to say it, is that if anyone was to ever listen to this that also was or has been or is currently in a relationship like that, like,
I gotcha.
to say it out loud makes them feel less alone, and like knowing that I'm out of it and I'm like so fucking happy and like it doesn't bother me anymore, like that makes me feel like I do want to say it, just because if any one single person in the world could ever hear that and feel like, okay, I can get out.
That maybe helps them. Yeah.
Yes. Like,
so I'll say, no, don't say it now, but think about it. For all the reasons you just said, think about it. And if there's ever a point where you want to...
Shit, we are...
What?
We are at time. I see why you're saying
we go over all the time.
I know. We can go like maybe another 10, 15, but yeah.
Who cares? Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yes, don't say it now, because this is something that's important to you, and I don't want you to make that decision on Mike. Think about it.
I'll tell you,
like, if you do ever want to talk about it, we'll figure that out.
We can... I would actually be happy to talk about it. And I have thought about it for a long time. And I know I would be happy to talk about it on mic. But because we're technically running up against it, I won't right now, because it probably does yield its own episode. But
yeah, hey, maybe it's a topic that it's recorded pretty soon in a...
Hey, that would actually... Oh, wait. Should we...
Yeah, do we tease?
Spoil?
Do
we tease?
God, don't ever do this.
Spoil? my butthole mouth. Spoil?
Do you want me to spoil it?
Spoil it?
Oh, I think I could spoil the topic in the future.
Yeah, hey... Listener plus 5. I don't know. Listeners, technically, probably. We are going to record in person.
That's the new thing.
Really good, probably.
Hopefully.
Hopefully
it's good.
We want it to be good.
It would be
that's
nice.
What we're aiming for.
It'd be nice. My boundary is actually that it's going to be good, and I don't cross those.
And
so
I was going to say, and if it's not good, you're going to turn into a fucking nightmare.
I'm going to be so hangry all of a sudden.
You're going to be so mean.
I'm just going to be like, yeah. Do you think that's a good idea? Is that what you think? Do you think that helps me right now?
Oh, you think we shouldn't record right now because it's not good?
Oh.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. You could have fucking told me sooner. Fucking, it's the 14-hour director will.
Dude, you were actually really chill as a director.
I'm good. I keep that under.
Focus most of your vitriol towards one participant.
So the rest of rightly us so. Very rightly so.
Following the most basic rules, you were just like, yes, thank you. And then one person was just like, I don't know what up means. And you just had to shoot yourself in the fucking forehead.
I can't understand basic tasks.
And the rest of us
I need to fucking talk back.
Here's your basic task. And we were like, great. And we just did it like the most robotic. And you were like, that take was perfect.
It's like, you are angels.
Yes. I think the maddest you got at the rest of the cast was when we were trapped inside because it was raining, but you were filming a scene inside with another cast member.
And you guys kept talking?
Couldn't stop talking and laughing, but it was like day 9 or 10, and
I wasn't even that bad.
Delirious.
Yeah.
We were absolutely fucking delirious. We were like scream laughing in the background.
And I wasn't even too mad. I was just like,
the scene you were recording too was like very like tense, like quiet scene. I think that was the look around for your bag scene.
Oh God, yeah. That's what came to mind when you were describing this.
Yes, I think that was the
Yeah,
look
that's a good-
around
that
for your
was a
bag
good-
scene. And we're just in the
Where I-
background, just like, long boots! Like,
Yeah,
and
and
you're
I'm-
just like, bust in, like, guys, we're fucking filming. And we're like,
Very funny. It's very funny.
long boots is a very funny joke.
That's
But
a
you
really
gotta
good
shut
joke. Tell it in 30 minutes.
Wasn't that also your birthday? And you were like so
I don't remember.
like fucking done. We like brought you out.
I
Like, a
don't
little
remember.
cake and
I don't remember
candle and,
what
like,
day.
A bottle of whiskey.
I mean, obviously, I
and you just,
remember
like,
which day.
put it all away and went immediately to sleep.
No,
I
because
think that was
we
the
were
same
we were
day.
filming. We were filming something when y'all. It was like we were between takes and y'all. I say ambush. I don't
Well,
mean
'cause it was
you didn't
midnight.
ambush me.
It was your birthday.
Okay, yeah. So we
At
were
midnight.
between takes. We probably had 2 hours of work left.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all came out with, it was like a bottle of something and yeah,
It
like
was like a bottle of whiskey and like a,
like something with a candle in it,
yeah.
like a Snickers bar with a candle
Dude,
in it or
I
something.
do remember whenever we were doing that, I was like, this is so cute. This is such a good idea. And then when we all did it, your face, you were just so not into it at all. Like,
That is the
you're
hardest
just like,
I've ever tried.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's
Great.
12:01.
This is very
Yeah.
nice.
Wrap it up. I got
you got
so
me.
much more to
It's my
do.
birthday.
You got me. You
that-
got me.
That was yeah. I was like, I can't exit.
Was that your
Work mode.
30th birthday? Are you 1990 or 1989?
No, that was 29.
Okay.
I turned 29 on set.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, I can't get out of work mode because I won't be able to get back into it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, great, thank you. We're all here. Oh, everyone's
felt
here.
very,
And
like,
everyone's
the
we're singing
boss.
to me. Yeah. It's like, yes, great. Yeah, great quarter. Good quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those stocks looking good. That's right. Yeah, Jerry, how are you doing over there? Oh yeah, good, great.
Okay, everyone.
Vanessa, yeah,
Back
still
to
need
work.
those reports.
Back to work.
Still need that report on my desk by Monday, by the way. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, you
Really
have the
good.
most
Really good
beautiful
work,
voice,
everyone.
but you do have the worst numbers. So I am gonna need that.
Yeah. Hey, appreciate the hustle, but hey, chop and block. Your head's on it. So yeah. Get to work, asshole.
We do have to make cuts. So
Everyone else, great job all around. Thank you for the cake, I think, and the bottle of. Yes, thank you. Really
okay,
good,
everyone,
really good stuff.
Hey, back to work.
All right, now it's a closed set, so I have to tell all of you to
Yeah,
leave.
we all did. We scattered pretty hard, I think.
I remember Devin was up in the rafters with Matt, and I thought that was very funny. I think so. I might
Like
be
on the
misremembering.
bunk beds.
Like up in like the logs that were like above
Yeah.
everything. And I always remember looking up and be like, oh, that's funny. I always think Matt's up there. Now someone else is up there.
Now there's two people.
Now there's two people up there.
Cool.
This is what my
Anyway,
brain. This is what
Get
my
outta
brain
here.
thinks is funny right now.
If anyone's not on the call sheet, you need to get gone.
Yeah, there should be
It is
four people.
12:05. We've lost 4 minutes. We've lost
Yeah,
4
there
minutes.
should be 4 people, maybe even less, in this room right now.
That was fun though.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good time. Yeah, we'll talk. We need to talk about that more at a later date.
Yeah, we should do an episode
when
on
it's
the
when it's
movie.
appropriate. When it's more
And we
appropriate to
should-
talk about it.
Do an episode. You know what? Tell me if I'm wrong, but an episode
course I will.
on my abusive relationship. But
That
then
sounds fun.
an episode of all my host stories, because I have.
Yeah.
They're
sounds even
all
better.
wild. I
You
have
gotta sprinkle.
so
you gotta
many.
spread those out. You gotta spread those out. That can't be an episode. You
Insane.
can spread those out. Because
We
I know
could do
some
a
of them.
two-parter, honestly.
No, you spread them out. They come up organically,
They're
just like they did in real life.
They're all so. It's like my pants shitting stories. Like they're all so wild and silly
Well,
and
Don't blow your load twice, I guess.
I could blow it 3.
Kind of. Actually, it's a boundary of mine. Can't happen.
2 loads only?
Yeah, just 2. No more, no less. Yeah, so
That's a true boundary, no less.
now that's a boundary I can get into.
Hey, that's a good boundary.
See? It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
Bad and good.
I need to learn. I gotta learn. I
We all
gotta
have to
take.
learn.
You know what? I gotta take a leaf.
Can't believe
out
your
of
friend was
book,
mad.
But you
What?
gotta take a leaf out of my book.
Yeah, we got to learn from each other. We got to grow.
Get a little
Now
more
that'll
flexible,
grow the show.
and I need to get a
That'll
little
grow
more
the show.
rigid. You know?
Yes.
What were you about to say about my friend?
That he said I was a bad guy for not like defending you when you told me this insane story about
Oh.
the drugs. What a guy reaction. What a guy thing to do.
Yeah, a little.
I can't
white
believe-
knighty. Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't defend you.
And I'm like mad at that guy for laughing. I was like,
For laughing in your
hey.
face.
I did tell him immediately. I was like, well, he was laughing because I was purposefully telling it as a
Yeah.
joke, like
It's
as a
fucking-
funny story. Because how else are you going to tell that story without bumming everyone out?
Also, I know that story.
Right. Except you did
was
know
the
that I did sleep in the giant pile of shit.
I didn't know that part. So that and what is that going to make me more mad at the guy? I'm not supposed to laugh at that.
I don't. Here's the thing: the guy that drugged me did not technically cause me to sleep in a whole pile of shit.
I mean,
He
I don't want to
did
relitigate
cause
it.
me to
I think
shit.
I think he inadvertently. You
But-
could have gotten up. Oh no, that's not unfair. That's not fair.
No, I
he
was
did cause
very
it.
sleepy.
You
But
knew?
still, we don't know.
Wait,
who
you knew?
No, I didn't know. I knew.
Okay,
I
yeah,
had,
that's what I mean.
when I
Wait a
pooped my
second.
pants, I knew I had pooped my pants. But by
Oh
the
my
time I
God.
had pooped my pants, the time I had pooped my pants between then and me getting into my bed, I had forgotten
Oh shit.
because of the drugs.
Right. I forgot that you had done it before getting
In the
into
elevator
bed.
up to my
Yes, it was in the
apartment.
elevator.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
It's so funny. It's funny. If you take all the implications
While
out
a
of the
friend-
story,
while a
it's
f-
fucking funny.
And it's a friend a friend is taking you home to make sure
Yes.
you're okay.
And I had said
Like, you're-
in the story, like, thankfully
You're in
he
good hands.
either didn't know or was just being a really cool guy about it.
Yeah,
Because
just
I did a whole poo in my pants. That was an entire poo. That wasn't a shart. That was a fucking poo poo.
so coiled up turd.
That was a whole ass poo. That's funny.
That's so
funny.
fucking funny.
That's fucking funny.
Who's not gonna
That's
lie?
a funny
and
thing.
and you already have a friend helping you. Like it's like at that point
I had a friend there.
you're good.
He
Yeah, does it suck that
he
you got
took care
randomly
of me.
drugged?
He made
of
sure
course.
I was safe and sound.
You're also not the only person I've known that's happened to.
That
Because we live in a
has gotten
garbage
drugged
world.
and pooed their pants.
No, the first part, drugged, yes.
Oh well, Brad's gotten drugged before at a gay bar.
I've gotten drugged. I didn't tell that
Yeah.
story.
Dang,
I'm not
we got a
going
lot
to
of
now,
stories
'cause we're
to
way
tell.
over.
Maybe our
It's
podcast
story
is
time.
just stories now.
Well, but hopefully. Maybe it'll be stories, characters, laughs, loves.
Hey,
Who knows?
maybe a little bit of crying.
Could be anything.
I don't know. A
A little bit of crying, a little bit of laughter. It's got great
be.
music, by the way. We have new music.
We do. So last episode, our new music debuted, and you did even say at the beginning, like, maybe we have new music in this episode. We did.
Oh, right,
We
right.
did.
I forgot
Our
about
friend
that.
Joey Kendall, Family Circuits, like a circuit board. Family
Circuit
Circuits.
City, R.I.P.
Circuit City, R.I.P. Yeah, cut us up one of his songs for our new theme. And it's really good. I really
And you know what?
like it. What?
Can I say something?
What?
You're about to hear it right now.
Now, in this question, can I improve me? There is the obvious difficulty that if I am in need of improvement, the person who's going to do the improving is the one who needs to be improved. And there immediately we have a vicious circle.